Hi guys, we've got Jason from Team Spirit Bomb here, and we recently attended an event called the Cell Games in.
Just playing Liverpool.
Yep, and there was how many players were
I
there?
think it was 17 attending.
17.
No. So it wasn't a massive tournament, but it was one of the big. It's a big one for the UK, to be honest.
Yeah, because we don't have many tournaments here. So he ran Universe 7 Frieza, the deck that obviously doesn't really interact with your opponent's board, but is a crazy deck in general, obviously because of Victory Strike and such. But we'll let him go straight into the deck list.
So obviously, as you said, U7 Frieza. This is a ridiculous leader. First of all, you don't need to interact with the board at all. First things first, it's got Warrior of Universe 7, which makes all your Universe 7 cards have no cost to their colour. So if you have to pay one specified blue, one specified red, you don't have to pay the specified cost, just the actual cost of the card. So if it costs one, pay one. It also has an activate main where you can discard one Universe 7 card and draw 2 cards, which for a leader on an unawakened side, it gives you possibilities for other things that I'll show in the deck anyway, which make you not neg.
For those that have moved from Pokemon to this game, it's like Zoroark's trade every turn.
Yeah. And then obviously when you awaken, you untap 2 energy, flip over to the golden guy, shiny. Same thing on the other side, you discard one Universe 7 to draw 2, but this time you can rest one of your opponent's battle cards, so that's really, really good for getting around cards. Like blockers, for instance, which this deck is a little bit weak to. Obviously if you want to get Victory Strike out or anything like that, blockers tend to be a problem. This sort of gets rid of them. And then you still got your Warrior of Universe 7 on this side, so they're all treated as any cost. So that's the leader over there. I'll go through the extra cards first, it's a little bit easier to do it this way. So I mained 2 Crusher Ball. This card was crazy good for things like March. Your opponent summons 2 apes, you just Crusher Ball them both into rest mode instantly before they can even attack. Yeah, they've got Planet Vegeta to put it back in active at the end of the turn, but if you've got, say, the big Frieza on board, that Planet Vegeta, they have to pay a life to basically put it back in active. Also really good in the mirror with the Piccolos, because you obviously run the 4-drop Piccolo, the 3-drop Piccolo, sorry, that has barrier blocker, 20k. This puts it in rest mode so they can't basically stop you doing anything like Victory Strike, for instance. Also very, very good against Victory Strike itself. Summon the middle guy or the Victory Strike guy, you Crush a Ball it. That's their turn done pretty much. And the next 3 cards were 3 Flying Nimbus. Used this card for big boards, really. Face mainly veggies, because obviously a lot of Ginyu veggies around. They summon a horrendous board. They swing. You drop this in a yellow. They've got 2 attacks left at most. One with the leader, one with the battle card. And if they swung with the leader already, they've only got 1 battle card attack. Absolutely amazing. Really good against apes as well if they spam a board or anything like that. Anything with a big board this sort of deals with, and then you can go off next turn and possibly Victory Strike them if you want to. Next card. Ridiculous card in this deck, if I'm honest. 4 objection. This gives you turn 4/5 plays, Victory Strike and big 7-drop Frieza. Literally you lose no advantage from playing this card either, because you trade every turn. Basically you draw 2 every turn, you discard 1 to draw 2, so usually on an unawakened side you don't have the possibility to draw when you swing unless it's on a leader. You just discard 1, draw 2, play objection. What you want to do with this card, turn 2, if you can get this straight away. The quicker you get your objection, the quicker you win. Basically the amount of games I won with just objectioning twice and game's over. So if you've got the pieces, which are pretty easy to assemble, which goes on to the next card. 4 representatives, treated as a U7 card in all areas. Tap 1, look at the top 7 of the U7, pretty standard staple card that you would add any of your cards. Next card I played 2 of, again for big boards or veggies because it clears them out, is 2 Mass Saiyan. We all know what Mass Saiyan does. Tap 1, over on 5, gets rid of up to 5-drop, but not blockers.
Really good in the deck.
Obviously not barrier as well, stuff like that. So if they're running a lot of veggies, they've got Cabers, Khalifas and stuff on board, you play this down for 1 energy.
Really good because you're obviously discarding so many cards.
Frieza, you mill cards, so it makes sure...
No, you don't mill, you discard.
So you get rid of cards basically, and then you just play this, clears their board.
Went +2 off it, didn't you?
Yeah, double
In the
strike.
final.
Went +2 in the final, got rid of his board, and then swing. He had to defend it because he was on 4 life. So, you know, it's no loss for me, really.
Especially with the big Frieza out.
Yeah. Next card I played, mainly for energy, but it's still a pretty good blue card. It's Barrier. Its activate main is you can look at the top 7 cards of your deck, choose a Universe 7 there, summon it and pay its energy cost, basically. In fact, I played it as really because it's blue. I didn't really win any games with it, but again, blue energy for objection. More blue energy, really. That's all I really needed it for, and it's a U7 card to discard with Frieza. Next card, which was ridiculous, for Focus Mind. So Focus Mind in the mirror match is ridiculous. If you haven't got the play, this helps you prevent the play. You summon this guy, turn 3, Barrier, blocker, gains 5k if you've got 4 or more energy. U7 card, obviously, it's blue, so blue energy for objection. They can't get over this with Victory Strike. They can't get over it with the leader because it's Barrier and blocker as well. So you're just there sitting there like, okay, can't get over this. I'm going to have to do something different, make them try and use it. Really good against things like veggies as well, because if they can't get over it, they're done. We've had, between myself and the guy that came third, Ridge, we had a game where Revenge, Vegeta in the extra deck, I'll show you the side deck, sorry, came into dividends because they summoned a Cabba or a Chain Attack Trunks. Swang on the active version of this. We tapped, obviously, 1 green energy, put it on the King Vegeta, Revenge on it, Barrier blocker, killed it, and you still got a blocker with Revenge.
30k.
So it's a 30k blocker with Revenge. They're never getting over, really. They lose too many cards to do that. Next card, obviously, everyone likes a bit of the Master himself, Master Roshi. 1-drop negate. Play it. Discard it if you need to. Mainly found myself discarding it or like using it for this as well, but if not,
everyone loves the Turtle Hermit.
It's not even an egg because it summons.
Yeah, you get a summon and you get a 5k combo and a negate.
Yeah.
So it's really, really good. After that, the super combos, amazing. Same as your regular super combo, except you do it at 5 life, and it's a U7 card, so you can discard it. 10k.
And everyone wants to try and leave someone at 5 life so they can double strike them down.
The amount of times I got left at 5 life was unbelievable, and then just super combo, drop a super combo. Oh, well, you can do that at 5? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It's much better at 5. Played this, again, just at 2, just to grab the freezers back if necessary. It's not a negative. If you've got no turn 2 plays, like your objection or something, no 1-drops, this isn't a bad card. If you've discarded a freezer, you lose nothing from doing it.
If you summon it turn 2, it makes your leader ability a +2.
Yeah, so you don't lose any advantage from playing it, and it's yellow energy for Crushable Nimbus. Next one, 4 of, was Frieza, Cold Hearted Strike. So it's dual attack. It's also is when you summon it, obviously you tap 5 to summon it, you can summon it, discard 1 Universe 7, target 2 of their cards, put them to rest mode, Ignorium, Barrier. So if they've got 2 blocker barriers on board, or if they've already got rested stuff, it keeps them in rest mode and they don't restand in their next turn for the charge phase at least. If they can restand them in any other way they can, but for the charge phase they don't restand. So if they've got a threat on board that you want to keep in rest mode, you just play that, discard a yellow.
Very good against the apes because again at the end of the turn the planet Vegeta will force them to.
It's good against the mirror as well if they have this Piccolo out and you can get a play off. If they have this Piccolo you can barrier it, get
the only way to get rid of it, yeah.
Really, really good. I can't stress how good this card is. I love the card, obviously, and then you go on to one of the big daddies of the deck, which was the U7 Frieza. This card is unreal. Obviously you tap 1, discard a Universe 7 to EX Evolve on top of this card. Right, so this card is triple strike for 1. It basically, if your opponent wants to use anything that isn't a keyword skill, they put a life in the bin. So if they want to
critical every time they want to make a play, basically.
It's 30k triple. If they want to Shigesh Explosive Spirit, they lose 2 life just to do it. So you Shigesh, take a life, Explosive Spirit, take a life. If they want to activate the autos, they get the choice though. Now, usually you wouldn't, but because of this card, you get the choice to choose to activate them or not, use the autos or not. Next part of the engine is Goku stuff. So, ready to fight. Play this card, look at the top 3, add a Universe 7. 5k, 1 drop, really, really good. Blue energy as well, for objection. only Self-Awakening really had in the deck, but that's all you really needed, to be honest. Full power, it's double strike, it's auto, it's when it's summoned, it's like a mini Gotenks, so you untap 1 energy and draw 1 card, whereas Gotenks you obviously untap 2, draw 1 card. But it's activate main, which you can do as many times as you want. It's not once per turn, it's take 2 life, give it 10k power, which then sort of stacks on to this guy. So obviously you'd use it twice. What this guy does, it's EX Evolve. You tap 1, discard 2, Universe 7. It's triple attack, critical. So as a card itself, it's amazing. It's a really, really, really good card itself. So you use this ability twice, so this Goku makes this a 55k triple attack. If you want to attack, if they've got threats on board and you think you might not win with your Victory Strike, you can swing 55k. The chances someone's going to out combo 55k are very slim. 65k any higher, especially if you've got super combos as well. You can just absolutely make it higher. If you have a green leader though, your opponent has to get rid of a card on their board or on their hand when it swings. Obviously it's not
going to be good when the ultimate box comes out.
It's a yellow leader. The only problem, this will be better when the ultimate box comes out, but you won't be able to run this because this has to have a yellow leader to do anything that it does other than the triple strike. So it's going to be hit and miss, and depending on what you want to run. If you want to run a Turbo Goku engine, obviously go with the green. If you want to run the Frieza, go with the yellow Frieza. Also, this doesn't have to interact, whereas the new Goku does. So, and then the final card in the deck, the crazy card, Victory Strike Goku. It's so pretty as well. So this card, EX evolves for 1, discard 1. And then it's got a permanent where its attack can't be negated, and then it has a Victory Strike. What Victory Strike does, if it takes any damage at all, if you inflict any damage at all with it, you win. This is good against non-self-awakening decks. It's insane against non-self-awakening. If a deck can't awaken, you pretty much win, because the chances of them having above, say you did this twice, or once, above 55k plus possible super combos, when they haven't even awakened, so you've given them no cards to work with, and they're charging energy, and they're stopping previous attacks, if anything, the chances are it's very slim. The only thing that affects it, blockers really, or decks itself awaken. Like, I wouldn't use this against Ginyu Veggies unless I knew I'd sort of out-combo them. It'd be more Frieza, because they go down to 4, then they have to work with whatever they've got while this Frieza's on board. If they work with 4 lives while that Frieza's on board, it's so hard. They can't use super combos, they can't use Kale, they can't use Kava, they can't use
even draw off the leader.
Yeah, they can use it if they want, but obviously they lose a life for that sort of stuff. Obviously, the 2 main engines are these guys. Very, very, very good. You can go one way or the other. It doesn't matter what deck someone's playing. Yeah, you're going to go nuts. For the side deck, I'll just collect all these. I played, it's a bit of a weird side deck, to be honest. So, Tiberius.
My favourite lad.
It's double strike. Also, when it attacks a leader, your opponent has to get rid of 6 drop or more. Obviously, if they don't have it on board, that's in energy and on field, they don't have to reveal the hand and show you that they haven't got it. They could have it in hand, but it's a private area, so they don't reveal it.
By turn 5, obviously, if it's not in the energy and on board, something's going wrong. Yeah. You're probably going to lose anyway.
This gets around stupid things that are getting in your way. It can get around blockers, it can get around Bergamo, it can get around all sorts, because if they haven't got the stuff to pay, and they've got like a Bergamo and 2 energy on board, they're either going to get rid of that Bergamo and 2 energy or discard cards from the hand. I know they get the 2 from the double strike, but they're losing that advantage anyway. They're not gaining anything from doing it. Myself, I played Bergamo as well. 3 blue. What this does, if I'll ignore the barrier part of it, you get barrier if you've got Lavender and Basil in the battle area. Its permanent is, that is its permanent.
When it's
if it's in rest mode, your opponent can only attack this card with battle cards, so they can swing with their leader card anywhere, but they can attack this card with battle cards, and when they attack, the auto goes off and it gains 5k for every time they attack. So if they attack with 1 card, this is in rest, this goes to 25k. So they have to out-combo 25k, and if you out-combo it, they swing on it again, goes to 30k minimal. Keeps going up and up and up and up and up.
Again, very good in a deck where you can use your super combos at 5 life as well.
Yeah, if you have 2 on board...
Makes it stupidly defensive.
If you have 2 on board, they can't attack any of them. They can only attack your leader card with their leader card. Unless they can pop it. Obviously, it is poppable.
Or warp it, yeah.
Yeah, or warp it. Then they can't really get around it. Really good blue. Next one. Yajirobe Lad, obviously. Blocker, revenge. What can I say? Everyone knows what he does.
So much value out of that card.
If they summon Victory Strike and you've got this on board and they can't do anything about it, what are they going to do? You can't really do much. Even with the Frieza, you just block. You don't take a life for blocking. And then they lose their Frieza at the end of it. You don't even combo. Not that they do that, but same with veggies, same with apes, same with anything. It's just revenge blocker. Next one was amazing.
MVP.
The whole tournament was mostly yellow. Other than SS3, you had a few SS3. You had a lot of guinea veggies in the mirror. You basically play it for an extra energy. So you use a rep, tap 3, play this, get them all back. So you've got a rep, which is, you got a +1 from your rep, and you got a +1 energy from this and a critical card. And you can play more things. It's insane. And it's a free swing. You swing, they either take it or lose a life.
I've seen a board that Ridge made where he basically dropped a ready to fight, dropped a Haru, dropped another ready fight, and dropped another Haru, and then made the Frieza.
Next one was Mafuba. If they ever swung, apes were a big thing. Obviously, they're barrier blockers if you've got the King Vegeta out. If they swing with the King Vegeta and you place this on top, they lose all their free combo potential, they lose their barrier, lose all sorts. So you can just literally go nuts from there. Also, it works on Victory Strike. So if they swing with it, I know it says negate the attack, but it doesn't negate the attack, it just goes straight on top of the card and then the card becomes no longer a battle card. At the tournament, it wasn't ruled like that, but that is the ruling on it. Any big threats, really. Then King Vegeta surprise attack. Now, I'd question whether it was hard to play this card. You can search the green Goku. You only have the 3 Gokus and this, so you had 5 green energy, really, at max. 4 if you wanted to play one.
And you can charge itself as well.
Yeah, you can charge it. So 4 at max. Searching that green Goku is so easy. This card, you don't really need any more than 1 green energy for it, obviously. So it doesn't matter. I know you got a low energy count for it, but
the amount of searching you do is insane.
Like, yeah, the searching you do is ridiculous, and this card makes so many things really good. If they have to swing with a Bergamo on one of your guys, you just give it revenge, the Bergamo's dead. So that's a threat gone.
Even on, like, the Haru, or, like, anything.
They have to swing with Bergamo. It has to be in rest. So Bergamo is a bit of a problem. Apes are a bit of a problem. They swing with any of them on any of your battle cards, you give it 10k revenge. Your guy might die, but for 1 energy, you've killed a 4-drop. Do you know what I mean? And you've got it out of the way for your Victory Strike. Next one, mainly for the mirror or anything that was going to try and negate me. Obviously, Bad Ring. We all know what Bad Ring does. Counter's a counter. So if you go in with Victory Strike and they crush a ball you Bad Ring it. Unless they've got another Bad Ring and another card in hand, they basically lose from there because they can't negate the attack. And same with veggies, if they Nimbus or anything and you know you can get the attack through. Not with, obviously, Victory Strike because you can't negate it, but if you've got a board you just want to start swinging at them, you can Bad Ring. You can Bad Ring their Bad Ring if they Bad Ring you. Amazing card. You don't lose any advantage, plus it's yellow, so if you can't use it, it's yellow energy for your Nimbuses and all sorts. And then the last card played, just 1 extra crusher ball. Main 2. Put the 3rd in for things like mirror match, as I said, apes and stuff like that. Anything that can make summon more than 1 guy or a big guy, a big threat at once. Say a Kale and they've got 4 cards in hand, you just crush a ball it. They pop cards obviously, but then they gain no advantage from. They don't get to swing and draw and get critical, that sort of stuff. That was the deck. Went really, really well. My first game was against GT. Couldn't awaken fast enough because I wasn't attacking them. Just Victory Striked both games. There's not really much else to say about that game. He got a barrier blocker out, but I did swing with the Victory Strike and then he Zenoed me, but then I eventually got back into his Victory Strike as he couldn't awaken fast enough, couldn't keep board presence. The last attack was basically some of the bodyguard logic. Use Frieza, put it into rest mode, swung with Victory Strike.
People forget that you can rest cards.
Yeah. Next game was against my friend Ridge. We had a mirror match. First game, he out-objectioned me, literally. That was what it was. It was out-objection, and then I got absolutely ruined. Second game, he still out-objectioned me, but I managed to get Victory Strike before him, and he Crusher Balled me, and I bad ringed the Crusher Ball, and he scooped it up from there basically because it was just he had nothing in hand to stop that. Third game, out objectioned again.
We just piccoloed each other so many times.
Yeah, it was just a case of whoever got the speed first, and unfortunately he got the speed first in the Swiss rounds. The next game was against Boo SS3, which was surprising to me. He self-awakened very, very fast. The first game went to him as he literally double striked me with the 5-drop Boo, is it, that can take life and give itself power?
Yeah, skinny Boo,
yeah. And then obviously he ditched 1 energy, 1 blue energy, summoned the triple strike guy. I was on 3 life. I had no energy. Obviously when I awaken I get 2, but I couldn't awaken until he attacked. So he attacked with a triple strike 75k. I awakened, but I didn't have enough combo in hand if I was able to awaken. Before that I could have used a Roshi in hand, but unfortunately I couldn't, so I lost that game. Second game I just freezed him. He went down too low, and I just summoned Frieza and left it inactive. And obviously you get the Buuhan, which can swing on actives, but to be able to copy the Buu, to be able to copy the Gohan underneath, you have to take a life. So he took too much life and he couldn't combo. He couldn't use his super combos, he couldn't use anything, so he lost that game. Third game went down to Victory Strike, and just out comboed really. That's really what that was. Fourth game was against the same deck, different person. 2-0'd Victory Strike twice. He didn't know what he was playing against, he had no idea, which is unfortunate. He hadn't seen the deck before, which is no downfall on the player. It's just quite a new deck at the time, and no one really knew exactly how it ran, so he had no idea how to get around Victory Strike. That's how that game went. I came 3rd in Swiss. My friend Ridge came 1st in Swiss. So the knockout rounds I faced Ridge. Again, U7 Frieza versus U7 Frieza. It came down to me out objectioning him this time. I took a 2-0 win on that one because I got the cards I needed, unfortunately.
Bad ring.
Yeah, and then the final against Ginyu Veggies, very, very, very close. First game he beat me. I saw a lot of extra cards on my life and stuff, and I had nothing to combo, so you can see it on our channel. You'll notice that I go down to 2 life very quickly, and I've got a lot of extra cards, and I can't get there fast enough to beat his board, so he beats me. Second game, Frieza won it for me again. Third game, Frieza wins it for me again. Yeah, he took 6 life on his own.
Frieza betraying his own minion Ginyu.
Yeah, literally he took 6 life on his own. He had 2 life to work with, so that means, Explosive Spirit, Shigesh was not a thing.
That would effectively just losing the game.
His veggies were not a thing. He couldn't activate any autos without taking a life, and he had 2 life.
So couldn't draw with Kale, couldn't pop anything with Kale.
Yeah, couldn't attack with his leader. Well, he could attack with his leader, but he'd lose a life just to draw a card. Couldn't use his leader's auto, otherwise he'd lose. After he'd used it as much as he did. So the big Frieza just came in dividends, really. It was really, really good against Ginyu Veggies, and I don't think they really expected it. Not to slate the deck, because the deck he played was really, really good, so shout out to that deck and all the Ginyus. But yeah, overall, really good tournament, had lots of fun, and hopefully we can do more again and come even higher.
Hopefully we're in the middle at the moment of finally setting up tournaments in Chester at our local shop, Neverworld, as well. But we're going to be taking more trips down. If any of you UK players that watch this, we'll be taking more trips down to Liverpool in the future. Hopefully some of you others that watch this will join us there, and even at the Wrexham tournaments we go to sometimes. And hopefully, like I say again, sometime soon, you'll join us in Chester one day, so you'll get to meet us all and play with us all and stuff. It'd be sick. As for now, guys, if you wouldn't mind dropping us a like on the video, it'd be absolutely brilliant to help us.
First place, lad.
So help us be successful and stuff like that, so we can make more content for you.
Don't forget to watch our other videos as well.
Yeah, that's also good. Right, have a good day, guys. See you soon.